Come spend a day with me, a freelance content manager living in Toronto, Ontario. Today I'll be creating a little bit of content for myself. I'm usually pretty good at being on top of my own content, but I've been busy with client work and updating some digital products. The type of content I'm working on today is mostly Pinterest pins, some Instagram reels, TikTok videos, and probably an email and a LinkedIn post in the mix as well. In case you're new around here, I love simple systems, and I used to plan all of my content in Google Sheets, which is totally fine by the way, but Notion has made it so that I can save a lot of time by keeping a content inventory, which is all numbered and organized. And essentially, when I plan for Pinterest, I just grab the number from my content inventory, and that's pretty much it, other than creating the content in Canva. In my content system, I also create different variations of pin titles so that I can literally copy and paste titles from my content system to Canva. Sometimes I make changes in Canva on the go. Then, once I've used all the titles I created in my content inventory, I change them up again. I do have a ChatGPT formula that I use to help me come up with titles, and I also use data from pins that I have previously done well to help me inform my decisions in terms of what I will create. To you, this may look like I'm just grabbing anything for my planning, but I've already looked at my analytics and I know what I want to focus on based on my goals as well. One of the reasons it's important to diversify your pin titles and descriptions on Pinterest, including the titles you add as an overlay on your graphics or videos, is that you get to test which keywords will help you rank up in searches, and you also get to test what type of trigger words work best. And I mean, without stating the obvious, it also allows you to create more fresh content, and we need to diversify the type of content we create, the type of titles we use to be able to nail down what really works for our audience. Another thing I love about Notion is how versatile the platform is. When I manage content calendars for my clients, I use my system as a foundation, so we always create a content inventory. But for some of my clients, instead of having daily sections to, let's say, plan 1 week or so at a time, I create monthly sections. So for example, instead of having cards that say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., I'll have cards that say June, July, August, so that I can plan month by month for my clients. I believe in being flexible with the clients I work with. This is why I keep my content management hub template as simple as possible so that I can easily customize it for their needs to create a good experience, not only for me, but for my clients when I work with them. Some clients even prefer a calendar view, and that's okay too. It's super easy to switch up. I've mentioned this in another video, but the time consuming part of this is creating your content inventory, and then it's something you update as you go. It literally takes me 5 to 10 minutes every week to add new content to my inventory. Same thing for my clients. It's basically just now at that point a task that I have built into my workflow. Some people create similar systems in Asana, Trello, and Google Sheets, and that works for them. I actually have used all of these over the years as well. And for the last year, and I guess a bit more than a year, I've really been sold on Notion. I just replicated my system here, and I find it's more intuitive, and I'm getting a lot more positive feedback from my clients as well when I integrate them into this system. After I am done creating a bit of content for myself today, I'm doing digital product research for a client. This client is a Pinterest management client, and they create and sell all types of coloring books and coloring pages for adults, teens, children. They do really well with Pinterest traffic, and that really helps their sales. I'll be using the keyword tool in the ads dashboard today, along with Pinterest trends, to see if I can make any product recommendations in our upcoming meeting. A lot of people don't realize, but Pinterest is an amazing tool to use for research, even if you are not yet using the platform for your marketing efforts. While this client does obviously use Pinterest, I always use Pinterest for general product research to validate demand as well. This is a good tip for anyone who may not have a large audience, a brand new business, or if you are not getting a lot of responses when you're trying to get feedback from your target market. Before I go, I also want to remind everyone that Pinterest is an incredible tool to drive traffic, but it's so important to know that your work doesn't end after you publish a pin. The experience you provide at the source, so the link you are sharing with your pins where you send your traffic, is so important in terms of conversions. It's also important in terms of bounce rates to your blog, email list signups, and so on. You need to create content that will help bridge the gap between where your audience is and where they need to be in order to purchase. On Pinterest, that means providing as much context as possible. And you also want to think about leveraging evergreen and long form content like blog posts, even YouTube videos, to take your visitors through the buyer's journey. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today while I plan some content, and don't forget to subscribe if you like this type of video. As I'm working on content planning for July, I would love to know if you guys have any questions about Pinterest, about content marketing, or even digital products. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys later.